Welcome everyone to our Nonprofit Awards 2022. I'm Marnie Nesher, President of the Central New York Business Journal and Biz Eventz. The Business Journal has been producing business events for more than 30 years in addition to providing news and research to help individuals and businesses grow right here in Central New York. For 14 years, this award program has offered tremendous marketing exposure and recognition to not-for-profits, volunteers, executive directors, and board leaders around the Central New York region. Each year, we learn about another organization or person making a difference in our community. And as you will hear from the judges, I highly encourage you to nominate a nonprofit next year. I'd like to now take some time to thank our sponsors. A very special thank you to M&T Bank, our presenting sponsor, for their continued support and partnership of this event for 14 years. Thank you to gold sponsors, National Grid and Wegmans. Thank you to our bronze sponsors, CNY Central, Oswego Health, and the Salvation Army. And now let's hear from Steve Gorzinski, Central New York Regional President for M&T Bank.
Thank you, Marnie, and thank you all for joining us this afternoon. I'm Steve Gorzinski, Central New York Regional President for M&T Bank. On behalf of all my colleagues, we are excited to again be a part of the Nonprofit Awards. Today we celebrate the positive impact of nonprofits, change-making organizations, and hardworking leaders. We recognize their accomplishments and thank them for all they have done to make Central New York a great place to live and work. While we had hoped to be in person for the 2022 Nonprofit Awards, it seems virtual is the way to go for now. But never has it been more important honoring our local nonprofit organizations. Each of this year's honorees work in different industries and focus on different challenges, but there seems to be common threads that bring them all together. In some instances, the common thread was the pandemic. Together, they recognize the value of helping people and making a difference. They understand the importance of collaboration. And they are committed to strengthening our entire region, especially during this unprecedented time. Our team at M&T Bank shares their passion for our community. We get involved as volunteers, and we invest in our neighbors through charitable grants and lending. Like this year's honorees, we believe our community is at its best when we work together. Thank you again for watching this special event. Thanks also to Biz Eventz and the Central New York Business Journal for organizing this event and awards program. And congratulations to the 2022 Nonprofit Award honorees.
Good to see you today, Steve. Thanks for joining us for this important recognition of nonprofits in our community. Now it's time to meet the judges. Each of them spent hours reviewing all the nominations that came in from across the Central New York region. This year's list of honorees are diverse in age, background, and the organizations that they serve, and all have one thing in common: making a difference in people's lives. Thank you, Pam Brunet from Leadership Greater Syracuse.
Hi, I'm Pam Brunet. I'm the Executive Director of Leadership Greater Syracuse. Our mission is to inspire people to take an active role in the community. As a member of the nonprofit community myself, it was truly an honor and a privilege to be a part of this entire experience. I really want to congratulate all those nonprofits who are out there working hard every day supporting their mission. In my mind, anybody working in nonprofits, being associated with a nonprofit, is truly a winner. But to review all these nominations, it was pretty incredible. You all have worked so hard during these unprecedented times, and I want to thank you not only for your commitment to the community, but the commitment to the individuals. You are making our community better. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Nick Grimmer from the Herkimer and Oneida County Community Foundation. Thank you, Alice Majuri from the Downtown Committee of Syracuse.
Good afternoon. I'm Alice Majuri. I'm the Director of Communications for the Downtown Committee of Syracuse, and this is my 5th year serving as a judge for the Nonprofit Awards. For those of you who might not be familiar, the Downtown Committee of Syracuse is a private, nonprofit organization, and our mission is downtown's continued revitalization. As we reflect on the last 2 years and continue to reemerge as a community, the importance of partnerships has really been proven. The pandemic has certainly tested, but more than that, proved our community's agility and ability to adapt. Nonprofit organizations, like all of you being honored today, are often the unsung heroes, working hard behind the scenes to support the community in immeasurable ways. You are incredibly deserving of recognition, and it's so nice that we're able to come together virtually to celebrate you all today. By the way, if you know of an outstanding nonprofit organization or a leader in this community, please, I encourage you to submit nominations next year. I always enjoy reviewing them.
Thank you to our very own Vance Mariner from the Central New York Business Journal.
Hi, my name is Vance Mariner. I am the Research Director at Central New York Business Journal, and it's been my privilege to serve as a judge in a number of events over the years, and this one in particular is very inspiring. You notice when you review the nominees for an event like this, is you see just how much good work is being done by people across the community. And a lot of times it's very much under the radar. A lot of these are initiatives and activities that I really wasn't aware of until I was serving as a judge. And it just makes you realize how many unsung heroes are out there performing all this good work that's really in a lot of ways keeping the community running and kind of the glue that holds the community together in a lot of ways. The only downside is I wish that more organizations would participate in something like this because as I said, there are a lot of organizations that are doing this work and it's kind of going under the radar. If you are a nonprofit and you haven't participated in this before, this would be a great way for you to tell your story and let the community know about what the work that you're doing and gain some exposure for your good efforts. An event like this, I like it because it's sort of saying, you know what, you're not in it for the accolades, but we're going to give you some accolades because you really deserve it. So congratulations to this year's group of honorees. It's well-deserved.
Thank you, Elizabeth Quilter, an independent consultant and nonprofit strategist.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Quilter. I'm a nonprofit strategist here in Central New York and in New England. I work with nonprofit organizations, their executives and their boards, and I help them raise support. I'm grateful for being asked to be a judge at the Central New York Business Awards. I thought it would be interesting and fun. What I didn't realize is really how challenging it would be. It's hard work to consider all these people and organizations who use their superpowers for good and to try to make a choice about who gets the award this time. So congratulations to all of you who are doing such good work in our community. I think there's not a better way to celebrate philanthropy right now, coming out of these difficult times, than the Central New York Business Journal giving the nonprofit awards. Congratulations.
We genuinely appreciate the time and effort the judges put into supporting the annual nonprofit awards. Now let's meet today's honorees. An international speaker on the topics of continuous learning, collaboration, and organizational social design. His consultancy, Social by Design Solutions, focuses on helping organizations stay small to grow successfully. 2 organizations that collaborated and helped save countless lives by keeping vulnerable senior populations safe through large-scale, at-home testing programs. 2 organizations supporting our community, a 106-store supermarket chain whose commitment to customers is simple. Every day, you get our best. And an energy company with the goal of creating a more equitable future for every customer and neighborhood they serve. A co-executive director of a Syracuse-based victim services agency whose mission is to prevent, respond, and partner to end domestic and sexual violence, elder abuse, as well as other forms of violence. An entrepreneur and community leader, a product of upstate New York colleges and universities, he's enthusiastic about creating opportunity in the Mohawk Valley and has distributed approximately 65 tons of food, yes, 65 tons, to more than 3,000 individuals in the Mohawk Valley. Aerialists, jugglers, acrobats, and comedians bring Tchaikovsky's classic tale, The Nutcracker, to life in a way that you have never experienced before. A senior from Marcellus High School who loves to hike, read, spend a day on the lake, or go on spontaneous road trips. She believes that there really is not a more fulfilling way to share God's love than volunteering at Francis House. Volunteer of the Year, who attributes his desire to volunteer to his father. He hopes that fundraising efforts provide resources to improve health care for all, and that his role on the board brings a voice from a lifelong community member and average citizen. And last but not least, she is a graduate of Syracuse University, the first reporter on NBC3 News, also called WSTM-TV, and one of the nation's first female TV journalists when she started her career 47 years ago. She devoted more than 40 years of community service and this year's Career Achievement honoree.
Our first category today is board leadership. This award goes to someone who enhanced the board through a higher level of participation and involvement, who contributed significantly to the organization through fundraising efforts or creative ideas that contributed to or improved operations for the board and the organization they serve. Today, we are honoring Mark Britz for his board leadership at CNY, Association for Talent Development.
Hi, I'm Mark Britz, past president of CNYATD, the Association for Talent Development. Work and learning are complex today. It can be said that organizations that aren't learning are on the path to dying. But learning isn't just about training. Learning is social, where we have networks and we talk with peers and share information. It's also informal, where we learn from our experiences. We learn through discovery. In 2008, carrying a lot of these ideas in my head, I relocated my family to Syracuse. And in that journey, I was looking for a community of like-minded peers and professionals in my space. And I found the Central New York chapter of ATD, which was at the time called ASTD, the American Society of Training and Development, that changed in 2014 to expand to talent development. When I joined them, my ideas were a little bit different, but they embraced it. And they wanted to expand their own understanding of learning. And what I found over time was the chapter not only just embraced the new ideas, they embodied them. And what I found was that they offered the formal learning and training in programs and resources, and they also really leveraged networking and connecting people and collaboration. But most importantly, being a member of this organization was about the work, about working with my peers to build the chapter, to help people learn better and different and bring that to their organizations. In my 10 years of being a part of this organization, which is now celebrating 50 years in the community, they have grown exponentially in their reach and their influence. And anybody who's in the community, an organizational leader, really should be embracing the chapter for what it can bring. To help weather the complexity I think that organizations face today is to continue to learn. So I'm honored. I'm honored to have this award. I'm humbled, really, by the comments by peers that I've engaged with recently to those that I haven't spoke to in 8 years. It's really an award, I think, for all talent development and what work they do behind the scenes, small work that they do, large projects that they do in the community to build up their organizations. So I want to say thank you to the Central New York chapter of ATD and all the community of talent development professionals who continue to bring performance improvement to organizations here in Central New York.
Next, we have Career Achievement. This is an award that is presented to a person who has made a lifetime commitment to the community by advocating for not-for-profits. This award highlights their achievements that have made a lasting impact in our community. Laura was born in Virginia and raised all over the world. Her interest in news and politics drew her to Syracuse University, where she became the first woman to direct campus radio station WAER and was hired at WFBL in Syracuse after graduating. She is a retired CNY Central news anchor and community affairs director, the host of Weekend Today. She's been serving our community for 5 decades. I am pleased to introduce Laura Hand to share her work with the Salvation Army.
Hello, I'm Laura Hand. I came to Syracuse for an education and stayed because I like it here and have spent a career giving back in thanks to all you have given to me. Fair exchange, I hope. My broadcasting career has been unique, both for its longevity, 50 years, and that it was mostly in one place. The start was at SU and majors in political science and broadcast journalism. The campus radio station, WAER, provided lots of hands-on experience, especially my news director year when the student strike protested the Vietnam War. There were barricaded buildings and a campus shut down, and Syracuse City News Media asked me to contribute information and reporting. After graduation, Syracuse radio station WFBL hired me full-time as a street reporter. I covered all kinds of stories and was also tasked with doing some in-depth several segment reporting. The one I remember most was a holiday look at Salvation Army's multi-program approach. Bell ringing, yes, but also looking at issues that no one was talking about, like unwed pregnancies, hunger, homelessness, runaway kids and parenting, and help for marginalized members of our community. It was the start of a long relationship. My job kept me in touch with other Syracuse journalists, and I wasn't shy about talking about Channel 3's fact that there were no women in their newsroom. I got the night shift that included developing an original story nightly for the 11 p.m. Realizing that every story should also lead to a follow-up, I really started talking to community contacts and reporting on their developments. And within 4 years, I was anchoring. I never turned down requests by not-for-profits and community groups to speak or MC events. At Salvation Army, I was recruited for the board, that was 1986, to increase their community visibility. We started an annual civic celebration as a way of showcasing our programs. I chaired an early one with singer Pat Boone. A couple years ago, I did the on-stage interview with Olympian Allie Reisman on the gymnastics sex abuse scandal. Over the years, there also have been other close relationships with other not-for-profits. Hope for Bereaved wanted more visibility. I negotiated for the land that is now the Butterfly Garden on the Onondaga Lake Parkway. I did a story on the Brandano brothers, who started an Eventz lighting business. Channel 3 became a sponsor of the first Lights on the Lake. And after being honored as an outstanding young alum, I joined SU's Alumni Advisory Board. We also needed more visibility, and we developed National Orange Day. My community contacts led to a change in my job. In addition to newscasting, I was named Community Relations Director to keep track of community issue coverage at the federal filings. It was also a chance to encourage colleagues and station community involvement. One direct result, Book Breaks, a summer reading program campaign at area libraries. It encouraged children to keep reading when school was out. And all on-air staffers participated for over 30 years. I also kept hearing there's nothing to do here, so added special segments to my newscasts now on weekends, including family-oriented events, interviews on specific issues, and pets for adoption. Musetta here was a rescue. On Halloween nights, as hundreds of children came to our house for trick-or-treat, I noticed many of them were either scared to death or wanted to pet the dog, but didn't know how. So we got certified by PAWS as a dog therapy team and started regular visits with daycare, including the Salvation Armies and at libraries, with hopes of teaching children how to treat dogs and not abuse them. 2 years ago, County Exec Ryan McMahon spoke at Salvation Army Board's annual meeting about the need for more young child services, with the stunner that almost 2/3 of children countywide are not ready for kindergarten. Moose and I refocused our visits with children, helping them learn the alphabet, numbers, colors, and shapes. But then came COVID, and our sessions went to Zoom. The closest we could get to the children was baking and delivering cookies, then standing outside their windows and waving to them. That phase is thankfully now ending, and I hope to finally start my post-broadcast retirement plan to recruit and train more dog therapy teams to give more young children the tools and the confidence to succeed in their education careers. I really don't like to talk about myself, would much rather give credit to the many Central New Yorkers who have improved the community. But I was told to give a look at me, so there it is. Thank you for the honor of your recognition, and to Salvation Army for nominating me. I hope we can all continue to do good things for this community.
The next category is collaboration. This category recognizes a successful collaboration between a nonprofit, another nonprofit, business, government, or educational entity. The collaboration has resulted in greater outcomes for both organizations. This year's honoree is Nescentia Health, in collaboration with Onondaga County. Here to talk about what they are doing is Andrea Lazarek-Laquay.
Good afternoon. My name is Andrea Lazarek-Laquay, and I'm the Chief Clinical Officer at Nescentia Health. On behalf of Nescentia Health, we would like to express our appreciation to the Central New York Business Journal for their support and recognition of hardworking individuals, programs, and organizations that serve our local communities through their nonprofit activities. We congratulate our fellow nominees and are honored to be recognized among the best of the best. As we reflect on the last 2 years battling COVID-19, we've learned so much and are very thankful to the incredible communities we have here in Central New York. Nescentia Health, formerly the Visiting Nurse Association, has been providing essential medical care to individuals in their homes for over 130 years. From the outset of the pandemic, we knew our expertise, flexibility, and resources may be needed to address this public health crisis. We reached out to Onondaga County to see how our trained team of clinical professionals could assist with the local response. And because Onondaga County Emergency Management Department had existing community plans for how to respond to a large-scale health crisis like COVID, we were able to work with them quickly to get teams of clinical professionals out into the community. Dan Wares, the Commissioner of Emergency Management Department, and Jeff Van Beveren, Director of Emergency Management Services, brought us all together with a number of other county and community resources. Initially serving together as the virus hunters, we worked our way through senior living communities to conduct testing and try to stop the spread. Through their leadership and our partnership, this was expanded to communities throughout the county, and we were able to test thousands of people. Together with the Onondaga County Emergency Management Team and other community resources, we worked collaboratively to provide pop-up testing sites as well as drive-through testing centers. As students were making their way back to the classrooms in the fall, we brought these services to their door as well. And last March, when vaccines became available, Nescentia again partnered with Onondaga County to launch the state's first in-home vaccine program for seniors and other high-risk individuals. Through this initiative, our combined effort has provided more than 2,000 vaccines to vulnerable Central New York community members, and it's still going strong. Our collaboration with Onondaga County has been an amazing tribute to what we can do when our incredibly talented and dedicated staff come together. We have stood side by side with county personnel for 2 years and have seen our testing and vaccine programs save thousands of lives. We couldn't be prouder of our frontline staff and the Onondaga County Emergency Management Team who have tirelessly and selflessly served our community. Thank you to everyone in Nescentia Health and Onondaga County Emergency Management Department for your outstanding service. And thank you again to the Central New York Business Journal for this recognition.
Hi, I'm Dan Weirs, Commissioner of Emergency Management for Onondaga County. On behalf of County Executive Ryan McMahon and our entire emergency management team, I want to thank the CNY Business Journal for recognizing the tremendous effort and collaboration between Essentia Health and our emergency management team. An essential part of an emergency management program is establishing and maintaining relationships as we prepare for and respond to different types of incidents. Our relationship with Essentia Health was only strengthened and enhanced as we worked together to provide critical resources to the community during this incident. Without Essentia's help, we would not have been able to provide tens of thousands of tests to community members. This was done at mass testing sites, at back-to-school testing programs, and also at assisted living facilities to help protect some of our most vulnerable residents in the county to this pandemic. With working with Essentia, these same individuals were able to get the vaccine provided to them directly in their house to help further protect them to the pandemic. Essentia was a tremendous partner who was able to quickly shift their resources at our moment's notice and when we requested. Without their help, we would not have been as successful as we were in responding to this pandemic. On behalf of County Executive Ryan McMahon, I want to thank the CNY Business Journal for recognizing the efforts and collaboration between Onondaga County and Essential Health. Without Essentia Health and our emergency management team, we would not have been nearly as successful as we were in providing these resources to the community. Thank you.
Our next category is corporate community support, and this year we have 2 companies being recognized. The award is presented to a business that has provided substantial and ongoing support for nonprofits in our community. Their support includes contributions, volunteerism, in-kind services, and/or donations targeted to helping one or more nonprofits achieve greater sustainability. Please welcome Alberto Bianchetti from National Grid to talk about Project C.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alberto Bianchetti, National Grid's Director of Customer and Community Engagement in Central New York. On behalf of our 2,900 employees in Central New York, I want to thank the Central New York Business Journal for recognizing National Grid as a Corporate Community Support Award winner. Most people viewing this video will recognize National Grid as an energy delivery company, serving nearly 600,000 residential, commercial, and industrial customers in our 13-county Central New York region. But we are more than just a company that keeps the lights and heat on in your home. National Grid has a long, proud history of giving back to the communities we serve, providing financial support and volunteer leadership to grassroots groups and nonprofit organizations. In September 2021, we launched Project C, a recommitment to the communities where we work and live, creating transformative, lasting change in communities we serve across New York State. Project C is a promise that extends far beyond writing checks and volunteering our time. It's about ensuring no one is left behind during the clean energy transition. For this global effort to succeed, it's incumbent on companies like National Grid to ensure an equitable pathway for everyone to benefit. Project C is about connecting communities to clean and sustainable energy, caring for neighborhoods and their revitalization, compassionately addressing the challenges faced by customers, including environmental justice and social equity, creating the workforce that will build New York's clean energy delivery system, and collaborating with customers, community partners, stakeholders, and others to deliver clean, fair, resilient, and affordable energy future. Project C codifies our work and provides a springboard for new initiatives, such as our Neighborhood Investment Program, which will revitalize local communities by supporting and fostering energy, education, and community development projects. The Small Business Technical Assistance Grant Program, which will offer funding for regional and local economic development partners to provide direct outreach and technical guidance to small businesses in National Grid's market area. And Adopt a Park, which will preserve green spaces and restore local parks to their natural beauty. National Grid launched Project C with a day of service on September 17th. Hundreds of employees spread out across the region and the state to participate in park cleanups and property beautifications at local nonprofits and long-term care facilities, cook and serve food at a local food shelter, and deliver Meals on Wheels. More than 50 of my colleagues teamed with the Food Bank of Central New York to pack boxes of food to combat hunger and food insecurity for children on non-school days when free or reduced price breakfasts and lunches cannot be accessed. The excitement among my colleagues is there because serving our communities is not a new concept. Making the places we live and work better is at the heart of who we are as a company. The renewed focus and spirit of Project C has reinvigorated our team and how they see their role in the community as neighbors, leaders, and employees of a company everyone relies upon. If you are an organization that believes we can help, Google National Grid Project C to learn more. We thank the Central New York Business Journal and Eventz for this recognition, and the Food Bank of Central New York for nominating us and our employees for personifying Project C every day in their work. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Karen Belcher, Executive Director at the Food Bank of Central New York, and I'm thrilled to be here today as we nominated National Grid for the Corporate Community Support Award. National Grid always gives back to the community that they're in, and the footprint that the Food Bank and National Grid have mirrors each other, so it's been a great partnership through the years with National Grid. This year, for National Grid's Day of Service, they partnered with the Food Bank to kick off Project C. This project meant, let's pack some boxes, let's get some nutritious food into the hands of children who were in need. So together with the Food Bank staff and National Grid staff, we packed 500 boxes that then were delivered into our community, to our partners, and to the programs that we serve. We are forever grateful and thankful to have National Grid in our community, constantly giving back, and we thank them for all their partnership through the year. I am thrilled that we were able to nominate and that they were awarded the Corporate Community Support Award, and just thankful for their continuing support through their volunteers that come and volunteer with us every month.
Please welcome Evelyn Ingram from Wegmans Food Markets.
Hello, my name is Evelyn Ingram. I serve as the Director of Community Relations for Wegmans Food Markets. Wegmans is honored to be the recipient of this award. From our perspective, we don't do what we do because accolades or recognition is involved. We do it because we feel like that's the right thing to do. And I wanted to thank Nancy Eaton and the United Way of Central New York for thinking of Wegmans in this capacity, really being able to work with the United Way, and I would say most other nonprofit agencies in this area, really means a lot to us. And I look at it as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, which is helping our community. Making a difference in every community that we serve is important. And I want to make sure that Wegmans is doing all we can to do just that. I have a special love for Syracuse and the Central New York region because that's where I live. That's where my home is. And my goal is to make sure that we're making a home for all the many residents of this area and working with all the nonprofit partners such as the United Way to make sure we are doing the best we can and all we can to serve our community. This is so exciting, and I am so humbled to accept this award on behalf of Wegmans Food Markets and the close to 5,000 employees that serve the Central New York division of Wegmans. Thank you to the Central New York Business Journal for allowing companies such as Wegmans to be honored in this manner.
I'm Nancy Kern-Eaton from United Way of Central New York. We were proud to nominate Wegmans for this award, and we're delighted to join in celebrating this extraordinary organization. Wegmans can be defined by excellence and dedication. Excellence in everything they do and the shopping experience you know you're going to have, and dedication to their employees, their customers, and to the community. Their support and the support of the employees not only touches United Way and all of the programs we're able to support, but organizations and causes throughout this community. They are always involved. They're always making a difference. And we especially are delighted to celebrate Wegmans and applaud their service during the pandemic. We often take things for granted, but I think we can all pause to think about the incredible work that Wegmans did serving us all during the pandemic. We at United Way are very grateful for all they do. We're thankful to the team, Gina Guerra, Evelyn Ingram, Jim Gosh, and so many others. So from all of us at United Way, Wegmans, every day you are the best.
Executive of the Year. This award is given to a nonprofit executive who leads by example, has a clear vision for the organization, promotes board and staff development, demonstrates fiscal management and longevity with the organization. This honoree has brought positive improvement to strengthen the organization that they serve. This year, the Executive of the Year is presented to Angela Douglas, Co-Executive Director for Vera House.
My name is Angela Douglas, and I am the Co-Executive Director of Vera House. I would like to thank the Central New York Business Journal, panel of judges, and M&T Bank as presenting sponsor for the Executive of the Year Award. Representing the Vera House community, which is made up of staff, board members, foundation trustees, volunteers, interns, and most importantly, those we serve, is quite an honor. Vera House is the local victim service organization serving Syracuse and Onondaga County for more than 40 years. Our mission is to prevent, respond, and partner to end domestic violence, sexual violence, other forms of abuse, specifically including elder abuse. I am a victim survivor myself, and from that experience, I desire that all people are able to find a safe place that enables them to experience healing and give voice for justice and change. I want to acknowledge that this award is merely the representation of a collective effort to lead, serve, and resource those most in need in our community. I stand with all of those at Vera House in a most challenging time, a time when resources are dwindling, violence and harm are increasing, and stability is in question. Our team has been working tirelessly since the pandemic, 24 hours a day, to ensure that our services and supports are here. I stand with amazing human service leaders across this community and Central New York that have relentlessly pursued all that is necessary in order to be the soft places for members of our community to lean. We have pivoted, adapted, overhauled, restructured, engaged relentlessly to ensure that we are able to show up. I joined Vera House a little over 4 years ago and found an incredible and amazing group of people that supply compassion, understanding, and support. These are some of the most creative and brilliant humans I know. To receive this award is a testament to the love, the compassion, the support, and the prayers that I have received from them and countless others over my lifetime. I am overwhelmed and humbled to receive this award. May we continue to walk together, stand together, and work together to ensure a world free of violence and abuse. Thank you again with this humbling recognition of much time, much work, much sacrifice, but all with the love of healing and voice for those who don't often have it. Thank you.
Our next category is the Impact Award. This award is presented to an individual or organization that created or implemented a new program which changed the organization for the better and has had a significant impact on our community. Please welcome Robert Bojanic from Project Fibonacci.
Hi, my name is Bob Bojanic, Project Fibonacci Foundation Conference Co-Chair and Business Development Executive. I'm honored to receive the Central New York Business Journal Impact Award on behalf of the 70-plus volunteers from 4 organizations that have come together to address food insecurity in our community. The Impact Award recognizes new programs that changed an organization or organizations for the better and had a significant impact on our community. The new program we created is the Community Coming Together Coalition. The pandemic forced all of us to change and to look for new ways to address food insecurity. We needed a way to come together to address the new pandemic-related needs. We formed a coalition. The coalition we formed distributed 65 tons of food to over 3,000 families in 18 months. In our coalition, everyone has contributed. The Food Bank of Central New York provides food for distribution. St. John the Baptist Transfiguration Parish provides volunteers, monthly bread from a local bakery, and facilities. Project Fibonacci provides volunteers, media coverage, and generous donations of hams for families' dinners during the holidays. Catholic Daughters provides us with volunteers. Other churches provide support to address food insecurity. To be successful, we all had to change. We had to form new relationships and refocus our energies on the new realities of the pandemic. For the Project Fibonacci Foundation, the pivot from interdisciplinary STEAM leadership to food insecurity was significant but well within our mission and vision. Project Fibonacci's vision is to drive a modern renaissance. That includes helping our community emerge from the dark days of the pandemic. I can't think of a better way to demonstrate STEAM leadership than by focusing on food insecurity in a time of need. To all the volunteers and organizations that have supported our food distribution, I'm honored to accept this award on your behalf. Thank you.
The next award is Outstanding Fundraising Event. This award is presented to an organization that does anything but a typical event. Today, the award is presented to Nutcracker Twist, an Enchanted Journey, presented by Symphoria. Here to accept the award is Kelly Covert, Development Associate.
Hello, my name is Kelly Covert, and I represent Symphoria, the professional orchestra of Central New York, as a musician, board member, and staff member. Nutcracker Twist is a reimagining of the traditional holiday nutcracker produced with Circovation, another Central New York arts organization. The performance itself was magnificent, with Circovation artists performing amazing feats from trapeze to fire breathing and everything in between, all accompanied by Symphoria performing the music of Nutcracker live. It was also narrated with an updated and inclusive story told by Dr. Johanna Rogers. The fundraising portion of this event was created through sponsorships from local companies, and that is really what helped transform this event from a concert to a community event of diversity, inclusion, and joy. I would like to extend a big thank you to all of our sponsors: Northwestern Mutual, Gannon Pest Control, Madison Financial Planning Group, Bousquet Holstein, Key Bank, Friends of Little Hearts, and Noble Health Services. Each sponsorship included an equal number of family sponsorship tickets that were distributed to local community organizations that included David's Refuge, On Point for College, Hillside, Poise Gifted and Ready, Vera House, Syracuse Fire Department, and Frontline Grocery and Pharmacy Workers. We performed to a sold-out audience of 1,000 people at the New York State Fairgrounds, and each and every person in the audience was truly able to see themselves in at least one person on stage. It really was just magical. In total, we were able to raise almost $30,000 to help Symphoria continue our mission of engaging and inspiring all community members throughout Central New York with outstanding orchestral and ensemble performances and innovative education and outreach initiatives. Because of fundraising events like this, we are able to work with community partners throughout the entire year to bring music to Central New Yorkers of all ages, as well as keep tickets for kids under 18 totally free for all of our regular Symphoria concerts. We also have a wonderful Symphoria Youth Orchestra program that serves almost 150 school-age musicians throughout the year. Nutcracker Twist was a collaborative undertaking, and we could not have done it without the help of Sora Soul, Josh Edelman, and all the performers at Circovation, Dr. Johanna Rogers, Linda Lowen, and the entire team at Symphoria. The great news is that Nutcracker Twist and Enchanted Evening will be happening again this December, so we hope you will join us in celebrating the holidays and our CNY community this year. And now that you know a little bit more about your CNY professional orchestra, you can check out any of our 30 or more concerts we have throughout the year. I hope I see you at a Symphoria concert soon. It is my great pleasure to accept this honor of Outstanding Fundraising Event of the Year for our December 2021 event, Nutcracker Twist and Enchanted Evening. Thank you so much to the Central New York Business Journal for this award. It really just gives me the opportunity to share with you all about Symphoria.
Our next category is Rising Star. This award honors a young professional leader who is a member of a nonprofit board or organization who demonstrates strong leadership and promotes community awareness and really makes a difference. Our Rising Star today is Peggy Morocco, a senior at Marcellus High School, to accept for her involvement with Francis House Youth Auxiliary.
Hi, my name is Peggy Morocco, and I am currently a senior at Marcellus Central High School. I am so honored to receive this award from the CNY Business Journal for the volunteer work I've completed as a co-vice president of the Youth Auxiliary Board at Francis House. As a hospice home, founded in 1991, Francis House provides a home and extended family to persons with terminal illnesses so they can die with dignity, surrounded by the unconditional love of God. This, in fact, is the organization's mission. The heart of Francis House is a gracious family of volunteers who welcome new members willing to donate their time to those in need. I first heard about Francis House when the priest at my church, Father Gregory Lestrange, was diagnosed with terminal cancer and made the decision to spend his last days at Francis House. It was at this point I understood Francis House was a special place and knew that I eventually wanted to spend my volunteer time there. My freshman year, I was embraced as a youth auxiliary member at Francis House, and since then have had the opportunity to give back to the community that gave so much compassion to my church parish during Father Greg's passing. As members of the Youth Auxiliary, volunteers in high school can participate in a variety of hands-on activities. This includes cooking or baking food for the residents, pantry drives, decorating around the house, apple or pumpkin picking, memorial masses, yard work, writing letters to the residents, leading fundraisers, and much more, all while discussing faith, real-world issues, life, and having fun with fellow high schoolers who quickly become close friends. There really isn't a more fulfilling way to share God's love than volunteering at Francis House, and I am beyond blessed for the opportunities Francis House has given me to improve my community. While I am thankful for receiving this recognition, the real untold heroes are the staff at Francis House who unselfishly volunteer their hearts and time every day to do God's work by comforting those nearing the end of their life. Thank you to the CNY Business Journal for this valued recognition, and I would like to extend my congratulations to the other award recipients. Thank you.
The last award today is the Volunteer of the Year. Volunteer of the Year recognizes a volunteer whose community service has made a positive impact within the nonprofit organization or organizations that they serve. This year, Volunteer of the Year goes to Pete Cullinan. He attributes his desire to volunteer to his father, hoping that his fundraising efforts provide resources to improve health care for all.
Hi, my name's Pete Cullinan. I'm a volunteer with the Oswego Health Foundation. The Oswego Health Foundation is the fundraising arm of Oswego Health. Its purpose is to raise funds to assist Oswego Health and its entities in providing high-quality health care to residents of the Oswego community. A lot of times people ask me why I got involved or why I volunteer, and I'd go back to my father, Jim Cullinan. He was a long-term volunteer with the Oswego Hospital Board of Directors. He was president of the board for several years in the 70s, and then treasurer and active on the board until his passing in 1996. I joined the Oswego Health Organization quite a while ago, back in the 90s. My brother was an employee at Oswego Hospital, and he asked me if I would be interested in supporting what was then the Oswego Hospital Golf Fundraiser. In those days, I was playing a lot of golf, and I was interested in helping out Oswego Hospital. So I joined the committee for the golf fundraiser. Somewhere in 2014, we were planning to implement an Oswego Health Foundation, and I've been on that board since that time. I'm currently vice chair of the Oswego Health Foundation board and still chair of the Oswego Health Foundation Golf Committee. Recently, the Oswego Health Foundation completed a comprehensive fund campaign to support our Lakeview Center for Mental Health and Wellness, the reconstruction of medical and surgical rooms at the Oswego Hospital, as well as the Orthopedic Center in the Fulton Medical Campus. The initial goal was $2.5 million, which quickly grew to a new goal of $3.5 million after we recognized the generosity of the community. And ultimately, with the completion of the campaign, $4.1 million was raised. These monies that the Oswego Health Foundation generate are used to support high-quality health care within the Oswego Health system and the communities it serves. The foundation is also responsible for endowed funds that support Oswego Health over the long term. Many community members who want to donate to the Oswego Health Foundation want to know that their funds will provide ongoing support for years to come, and endowments can do just that. What's Oswego Health mean to the community? Oswego Health means emergency care, urgent care, women's health and breast care, primary care, and plenty more to support the health of the residents of the county of Oswego and its communities. It means that I can give back to an organization that helps every member of the community in their time of medical need. I can support those healthcare workers who have committed their lives to helping others be better, be healthy, and get through illness and injury. Oswego Health also means that when I experienced cancer, I had a local place and healthcare providers to get me through. And it's been a great 8 years and going strong still. When it was time for my wife Kelly and I to have our children, Kelsey and Cole, we could do it in our community, locally, the one we lived in and where we raised those kids. It means high-quality health care close to home. The Oswego Health Foundation nominated me for the Volunteer of the Year Award with the CNY Business Journal. It reminds me of the good work that all the volunteers for Oswego Health and the Oswego Health Foundation are doing to raise funds for the Oswego Health entities. And it's a recognition that our volunteerism is working towards the community. So I'm accepting the award on behalf of all the volunteers that I work with at Oswego Health and the Oswego Health Foundation. I appreciate the nomination and I appreciate receiving the award.
Let's give a big round of applause for all our nonprofit honorees for making such an incredible impact on the Central New York region. Also, please consider volunteering at one of the nonprofits you learned about today. Reach out to them and see how you can help make an impact on the success of their organization. Again, congratulations and thank you for all you do in our community. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the 14th Annual Nonprofit Awards.